Here's a quick disclaimer. The following game footage will look very slow. This is the emulator's fault, as this was the only one I could use for this system that I could find. And recording this thing is near impossible otherwise, as it's not backlit and I don't have a camera. So just be content with this footage and take the review for what it is. Alright? Alright. The Neo Geo Pocket Color is a very interesting console. Not only is it one of the first consoles to have a joystick and an internal clock on a handheld, but it was a small competitor to Nintendo before the Game Boy Advance came in and swooped the market share. It claims to be a 16-bit system, but some could argue it looks way too similar to a Game Boy Color. There were only 90 games released on this system that I know of, according to the wiki. That's worldwide, not just in America, not just in one place, but that's everything, including region exclusives. Compare that to the Game Boy's library of 1049. Today, I'm going to show you and review 10% of that library, 9 games that I could easily get my hands on. That way you can tell for yourself if this is a good portable system you should get. Bust-A-Move Pocket or Puzzle Bobble Mini. If you live anywhere else other than America, it'll be Puzzle Bobble. Bust-A-Move is on a variety of platforms. It's somehow managed to get here. It's not too bad of a version, with a puzzle mode, versus CPU mode, and a survival mode. How you win is that you match 3 or more the same of the colored balls, and you do it in a variety of ways in the different modes. I know that sounds familiar, but this did it first, not Super Collapse. Dark Arms, Beast Buster 1999. Wow, an action RPG is on this system? Whoa, dude! Well, how this one goes is that you have to run around and capture zombie souls by shooting them. If you collect enough souls, you can upgrade your gun. The game has quests and such, but I can never really get into this one that much. But I've definitely heard good things about it from other people who enjoy this kind of gameplay. It even has a day and night system. Joy! Metal Slug, Second Mission. I skipped the first one in this series for a reason. That one cost $25 or more just for a card online. But this isn't a bad port of Metal Slug. You run around shooting people in the army and you pick up different ammo to proceed on to the next level. That's kind of it, but it gets really addicting. Trust me, it's just like the arcades, and in fact it is an arcade game of its own, if you can actually find it now. Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention is that this, and I think 3 other games, including the first game, have voice sound clips in it. Pretty impressive for a small handheld. Neo Mystery Bonus. This game is the most interesting. I got this off eBay for about $10 with the manual. But good luck finding it for that price, because this is rare, or at least hard to find for a cheap price. So what is it? It's basically a slot machine. Sounds fun, right? I like it, but I'm sure none of you would like slot machines. I'm weird, I guess. And to make it seem even worse to you guys, the only difference between this and a normal slot machine is that it has 2 types of modes. I don't know what the difference between them is, but maybe one's harder or something, because it's called double mode? I don't know. Let's go on to the next one. Pocket Tennis. A pretty good portable version of tennis on this system. The camera can be a bit jarring, but if you like tennis on the go, on an obscure handheld, go for it. Puzzle Link. This is a fun one, and I don't see why there weren't more of this game on different systems, because it's addicting. You basically attach 2 piles of signs above you so they can all pop. Doesn't matter how big it is, the pile, they just have to be far away from each other, and you have to connect them. Soon enough, 2 huge C's will appear. Make those pop by connecting them, and you win. It has a bunch of levels, and it's really addicting. But this is nothing compared to its sequel, Puzzle Link 2. This one is the one you should get if you just want one of the Puzzle Link games. What this adds is card symbols instead of just random ones. And now you have different worlds to collect certain cards together from, so it gets you a completion bonus or something. It has better music than the first one too, in my opinion at least. SNK vs Capcom Card Fighters Clash. I couldn't find an English ROM of this online, so just take this footage I'm playing right now as a placeholder. Would you believe there's a card game on this system? Well, there is. You basically have to pick a card better than the other opponent. It's kind of boring to me, but if you like Yu-Gi-Oh! Or stuff like that, I'm sure you'd like this. Also, this is one of the other games that has voices. Sonic Pocket Adventures. What? Sonic aren't a SNK product? What happened? Well, SNK partnered with a lot of devs on the Neo Geo Pocket Color, if you couldn't already tell from that other game I showed off, and Sega was one of them. In fact, you can plug a Neo Geo Pocket Color into your Dreamcast for special features, apparently. So let me get this straight. First, you need a console that didn't sell well, and then another one, and then a cord to connect it, and then possibly one game that is specifically made for the feature?
Well, get your wallets ready, boy!
Back to the game. It's a decent port of Sonic 2's levels and a mix of random music from the through games, plus some new tunes rendered on the system. It has one of my favorite soundtracks on this system, as fanboyish as that seems. So, is the Neo Geo Pocket Color worth your time and money? Depends on what you like in a video game console. If you like fun puzzle games, the system has no shortage of them. Like fighting games? Well, there's a bunch I don't own because they're kind of uncommon. Just figure out what you like and think about it. I personally like the system myself. It's got a nice selection of exclusive games and it almost never runs out of power from AA batteries. The system itself costs around $50, or at least that's how much I paid for it. It'll probably change. And the games can go from $10 or more depending on which one it is and depending how popular it is. So, I leave it up to you whether you think it's a good deal or not, or a good system or not. But this has been Level. See you guys later. Yay.